Answers from a spokesperson for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Tal Heinrich. Thank you very much for joining me. Appreciate it. So much. Let's unpack piece by piece. On the ground right now. What I haven't heard, the headline is, this wasn't just a hospital. How do you know? How can you show?
The IDF has provided clear-cut evidence today. We have it on video. We released it of what we found in that hospital. First, when our forces approached the hospital and entered it, they were encountered by terrorists. That's one thing. And then they went on to a very specified area of that hospital. It was a very, very targeted operation. Again, not the entire hospital, just a specific wing of the hospital. And we found ammunition there. You can see explosive vests. There's an MRI machine that the IDF spokesperson just moved, and behind it, you can see explosive vests and grenades and some intelligence materials, including laptops and disks that we're now examining. And really a lot of assault rifles. This is a hospital, but it's also a terror complex, as we said, and underneath it, there's the Hamas Command and Control Center. We are still operating there. And by the way, it's also very important to mention that when our forces entered the hospital, they also brought in medical supplies and fuel and incubators for the babies. We are really, I can tell you, there's no other words to put it. Israel is really setting the gold standard here for counterterrorism and urban warfare. No other military has gone to such extents as we're doing.
Let me jump to aid for a second.
Okay.
I was going to wait on that, but I'll go to it. I'll give you this. Nobody has been scrutinized the way Israel has been for how it's conducting itself post a terror attack. Whether it's the gold standard will remain to be seen. There's certainly plenty of criticism. I'll ask you about that in a second. But on the aid side, there's a report out. I tried to get the guy on the show tonight, but the hours over there, I don't have to tell you. I can't get him, but I will. And they say that one of the problems with aid is that Israel has obviously been in control of what gets in, and that to this point, you have not been allowing fuel and necessary resources to go to the desalinization plants to allow for drinkable water and to run a lot of the equipment in the hospitals, that you haven't been allowing it. Is that true? And are you going to stop keeping restrictions on that aid?
I can tell you that many trucks, dozens if not hundreds of trucks, sometimes are entering from the Rafah border crossing between Egypt and Gaza, including with bottled water. And there's no shortage of fuel, for real, in Gaza. Hamas has been hoarding fuel. The pressure should be put on Hamas from international partners, from the civilized world, from the United Nations. We need to see more pressure mounting on Hamas so they will release these essential provisions for the Palestinian population.
Well,
they're including in hospitals. You know that we tried to deliver the 300 liters of fuel to the hospital. They didn't take it. They prevented the medical staff from taking it.
Agreed. But that's a terror organization. You're a democratic state. The UN report that aid, fuel, what's necessary for the desalinization plants and for hospital equipment, they say you have been keeping that from getting there. It's one of the restrictions. Will you lift that restriction?
Pipes. One of them was hit by a Hamas mortar, and our forces, our troops went in to fix that pipe for the Palestinian civilians. We obviously care much more about the innocent Palestinian population in Gaza than Hamas. And I'm not just saying that. It's not just us. Also, partners that worked as part of the international coalition to defeat ISIS are telling us that what the IDF is doing is really to go to such extent to try to ease the civilian suffering in Gaza. And what we're doing, in enemy territory is really unprecedented here. It's not just us saying it.
So, next. Will we hear reports that patients or personnel inside the hospital were injured or killed as part of this operation?
We don't want to see anyone being killed, any civilian, and there's no...
But in this operation, do you know of any yet?
I personally can't comment on what's happening on the ground right now. I can tell you that the operation in the hospital is continuing. We're not done there. We said that the goal is to dismantle Hamas. You know it, Chris. We're not in it to degrade Hamas, to deter terrorism, to contain terrorism. We're done. Done with terrorism from this terrorist enclave. This is the last round.
Look, I get it. We're showing the video. I understand how the government, but also the citizenry feel about the existential fear that October 7th represented. I get it. I don't get why we're blurring the faces, but that's not your concern. Although we did get the tape from you, but I don't know who blurred the faces. The resolution, okay? In the resolution, it says a couple of things. One, the U.S. Didn't vote because they say they wanted a condemnation of October 7th. I know that matters to you.
40 days after, still no condemnation. How can we seriously take the United Nations? No condemnation for Hamas 40 days after that massacre?
They require the return of all hostages to trigger, excuse the language, a pause, and to trigger your responsibility to greatly increase access to aid without any conditions or restrictions on aid. Hamas has said, we will agree to dozens. Will dozens be enough in terms of getting Israel to do anything differently with pauses or aid flow?
Well, I can tell you, based on what we've done in the past, when Hamas released 2 hostages, 2 women, then 2 other women, there was a cessation of activity because we wanted to facilitate their safe exit from Gaza, and we will do it again. But we want to see all hostages returning to their families. These are 240 families, Chris, that didn't sleep for 40 days. They have no more tears left to cry. And somehow these families and the families that lost their loved ones on October 7th are the ones who are giving us most strength to carry on with this moral duty towards the goal of dismantling Hamas.
I see the pictures all over the city of those who are missing. It obviously matters. It should be a precondition that Hamas has to give them back in order for there to be any prospect for anything better. I appreciate you making the case, Tal. Thank you very much. All right, and thank you for answering the questions. All right.